If your presentations are putting people to sleep, then tough love, friend, but you're doing it wrong. And in this very video, I'm going to break it down to you so you understand why most presentations fail. Yep, you guessed exactly right. I'm talking about those dreaded slide decks, the Zoom slides, the in-person pitch that sends you into a cold sweat. I'm your friend right here, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I know some of you out there are thinking, my presentations are just fine, what's wrong with them? But trust me, my friend, if you ever see any of your audience doze off or scroll through their phones, there's something not quite right. And you might want to hear me out. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why your presentations might be missing the mark. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to fix them fast so your message shines like never before. Let's go. Reason 1 is they're overstuffed with text. Shocker, right? The number one reason why most presentations fail, they're practically novels in slide form. That's why way too much text on the screen. And believe me, you don't want that. They're not there to read a novel or hear a novel. They are there to listen and learn from your presentation. So give them the basics, not the entire thing written in a novel form. Because if your slide looks like a novel, here's what's going to happen. This will lead to two major problems. Number one is your audience is secretly reading ahead while you're still presenting. And yes, that's exactly why they stop listening to you entirely.
Because it's boring.
The second one is information overload makes them tune out or forget everything you said by the next slide. Come right close, here's the fix. Like I say all the time, less is more, my friends. Limit yourself to a few bullet points or a short sentence, enough to give some visual cues but not enough to read like a chapter book. And if you totally must include more details, then you might consider a simple handout. This keeps your slides clean and forces the audience to pay attention to you and not to that wall of text on the screen. Reason number 2 is they lack a clear story. The second reason why your presentations might suck is because they might be lacking that storytelling element. It's basically a jumbled collection of facts, random pictures, and you're just hoping the audience magically connects the dots. That's not how it works. Your presentation has to have that element in order to captivate your audience, okay? Well, don't you worry because here's the fix. Start by outlining the story arc of your presentation. First up, set the screen. What's the problem or opportunity? Next up, build tension. Why does it matter? What is at stake? The third thing you want to do is to resolve. How do we fix it or make it happen? And the last step is call to action. What should the audience do next? When you craft your slides around the cohesive story, people stay hooked because they want to know how it ends. Reason number 3 would be poor visuals. Now I get it, not everyone's a graphic designer, but guess what? No one is expecting it to be one. But the third thing that makes presentations go down is ugly or confusing visuals. I want you to think about the best TED Talks you've ever seen. Clean slides, powerful stories, and no walls of text, right? And that's exactly what we're going for. And now I'm going to give you the fix. Like I just said, you don't have to be a pro designer. Stick to a simple color palette, 2 or 3 colors maximum, and keep it consistent across all slides. Use high-quality images, free-stock photos, simple icons, or relevant graphics that visually support your message. And please, for the love of all things good, please keep your animations simple so you don't look like you're trapped in some 2000s PowerPoint spiral. Guess what's next? Yes, monotonous delivery.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening. Today I'm going to talk about something very interesting.
Yeah, and that's the exact kind of energy that can make even the best slides just seem worthless. If you, my friend, are bored during your own presentation, then you bet everyone in your audience will be bored as well. You have to spice things up, right? You have to be radiant, you have to be vibrant and use gestures and everything. Be there on the stage. Okay, maybe not that much. Okay, without further ado, here's the fix. Vary your voice. Okay, switch up your pace and volume like I just did. Get excited when you're talking about a crucial point and then slow down when you're explaining something complex. Use pauses. A well-timed pause can create anticipation or let key information sink in. And of course, add some personality. Throw in an anecdote, a quick relatable joke, or a personal example. Show your audience you are a real human and not a robot. And last but not least, the number 5 reason why your presentations might be falling flat is because there is no engagement. The 5th reason why your presentations might be failing Because you are talking at the audience, not with them. Because if your audience doesn't feel involved, then they will tune out. But don't you worry, because I'm giving you the fix. You want your presentation to be engaging? Start by asking questions. Even rhetorical ones keep people mentally involved. Encourage participation. Polls, short group activities, or small Q&A segments can make people feel like they're part of the conversation. Invite stories. Let your audience chime in with their experiences or thoughts if it's a smaller setting. When people are feeling more engaged, then they are much more likely to remember what you just talked about. I want you to remember that presentations are actually about communication, the right communication. And I promise you, it's not about what you say. It's about how you say it, how it makes your audience feel, and of course, how you show it. If you think this video helped you, please hit like so YouTube knows to show you more content just like this one. Oh, and I'm actually really curious. What is your number one struggle during your presentations? Comment below and I'll hit you back. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and I'll see you all next week.